Hey guys, Greg here on the Vinyl Rundown. Today we're doing a video about records that I like that nobody else likes, or records that suck but I like them anyway, or records that are kind of not liked by the critics, or records that are very uncool to like. I admit it, I like records that aren't necessarily cool. I'm not here to be cool, I'm here to like what I like, so that's it. This is a contest by invitation of Dots and Loops. That guy has like 2,000 subscribers. Good for him. And he has a really cool intro to his channel. This little intro thing looks like a 70s movie animation, and like United Artists or whatever, and has this. How do you make the music sound like it's from 1970s? I don't know how he did that. Maybe he stole it from the 70s. I don't know. Okay, so let's look at some records that I like but nobody else is going to admit to liking. This record probably actually is liked by critics, but critics often like things that they won't bother listening to. Ravi Shankar, live at Monterey International Pop Festival. Ravi Shankar, the sitar player from India, the ragas, long ragas. Him on sitar and somebody playing the tabla. My wife hates it when I listen to this. She's like, what are you listening to? It's Ravi Shankar. It's good meditative music. Alright, what else do we have here that nobody likes? I admit it. I like Toto. I'm not saying I love these bands, but I like these records. I don't love them. I like them. Toto 4. I was in a band in the 80s that played what we call casual gigs, weddings, bar mitzvahs, cheesy pickup bar type nightclubs, and we played a couple songs off here. We played Rosanna. That's a good song. It's a hard song to play. Africa is on here. We didn't play Africa. What else did we play? We played Hold the Line from their first album. Toto, LA studio musicians. Steve Lukather is a monster guitar player. You got to admit that. And who else? Steve Porcaro and Jeff Porcaro, right? One of them died. Who died? The drummer. Is that Steve Porcaro? Jeff Porcaro, the drummer, died in a bizarre gardening accident. That's a line from Spinal Tap, but it's really true in his case. It was like he was mowing his lawn and his heart failed, and it might have been some medicine he was on and or other substances. Sad to hear that he died early, but that's Toto. Okay, here's a classic one that everyone loves to hate. I like it. Nothing wrong with it. Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass. Whipped Cream and Other Delights. I just spoke about Herb Alpert the other day because he's the head of, or the UCLA Jazz Department is kind of named after him. He gives a lot of money to a lot of different causes, especially jazz education. And I respect the guy because he's worth $900 million because he started A&M Records. Famous cover with the cute girl with the wearing just whipped cream, but it's actually, what do you call it, shaving cream for the most part. A Taste of Honey. That's a cool tune. And what else is on here? Love Potion number 9. It's kind of cheesy. This album cover has been parodied a million times by a million different groups. I'm sure you know that. And Herb Alpert, I like to say, is one of my favorite Jewish guys pretending to be a Hispanic guy. The Tijuana Brass, what is that? That's just Herb Alpert playing a bunch of different instruments overdubbed in the studio. Alright, here's a record I got for $1. I wouldn't have bought this if I didn't see it for $1. Double record. Brand new. That's right. Eminem. Not saying I love it, but I like it. It's alright. I can probably name 3 Eminem songs. Stan. Remember the original with Dido? And then he did the great version on the Grammys with Elton John. That's on here. Story about a crazed fan who goes crazy and maybe kills his wife. Yeah. But nice, glossy, 2-record set. Oh, it was $1 because both albums were warped. What's called a cupping warp, where it's kind of like like a big salad bowl. Those kind of warps actually can play okay because the needle's not jumping up and down. And I flattened it out with my patented giant concrete pavers out in the hot LA sun technique. So let's see how flattened it is. Is it flattened? It's good. It's not bad. It's not perfect, but I got out 2/3 of the warp, and it's playable on most turntables. And what's that other song from 8 Mile? Not 8 Miles High. 8 Mile? You know what I'm talking about. Something about there's vomit on his sweater, mom's spaghetti, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm talking about. Eminem, America's biggest white rapper. What else is on here? The Real Slim Shady. My name is. This is a. You guys tune in to see a white Jewish guy rapping, right? My name is The Real Slim Shady. Stan. All right. $1. How'd I get it for $1? Okay, now I'm going to go into a dark area of a genre that I like to call testosterone rock. My wife hates this genre. She doesn't like any of the bands. And here's the first record I ever bought with my own money. 1974 maybe, St. Louis. I walked across the street to a drugstore and paid probably $3.99 or $4.99 for the now classic Bachman Turner Overdrive number 2, BTO, Taking Care of Business. That song is still making Randy Bachman money. What is it, a hardware store commercial? Let It Ride, Taking Care of Business, Give It Time. It's got 3 kind of hits. Taking Care of Business, BTO with TCB, as the hip DJs used to say back in the 70s. Randy Bachman is, okay, critics don't like this. It's not cool to like BTO. We don't see anybody on the VC talking about it, but Randy Bachman, kind of a brilliant guy. He's written a lot of hit songs, stuff with a Guess Who, American Woman, Laughing, what's the other one, No Sugar Tonight, plus all these tunes. Randy Bachman is kind of an eclectic and intelligent guy, believe it or not. I just read this about him today online. He's got his own radio show in Canada called Vinyl Tap. Is that cool? Vinyl Tap for vinyl, like Spinal Tap? They are kind of Spinal Tappy, these guys. When I say testosterone rock, and their songs are all very, like, you know, 4-wheel drive trucks and all this stuff. Very masculine. Anyway, he's got this radio show in Canada I just heard about, and he reviews and plays old classic rock records and old jazz records, like me, and has anecdotes and stories to go with them, like me. Like, that's what we do here on the VC. We show our old records and we talk about them. And he has a surprisingly deep knowledge of jazz, believe it or not. Alright, now, on the topic of testosterone rock, on the topic of records that people hate, I'm going to show you a record that a lot of you will hate. And I was into this when I was in junior high. I went to see this guy live in junior high. It was festival seating, so it was like, it was mayhem, chaos, pushing, shoving, actual broken windows. This is probably one of the most hated musicians in rock and roll today. He hasn't probably made a good record. I'm not going to say good or bad. I'm going to say he hasn't made a hit record in 40 years. And once I show this record, some of you may want to unsubscribe from my channel. Some of you may ask YouTube to ban me for life. Some of you too might want to take back your VCLT. I'm going to show this record without comment and fade to black. That's right, people.